Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. So if you can't tell by the title, this video is inspired by the KonMari method. And so if you've watched my other past videos on decluttering my home, it has been really amazing and really helpful in the process of kind of clearing my mind and getting things done that are important. So today I wanted to discuss decluttering our minds. It's so much easier to physically take out items in your closets, in your cabinets, and lay it all out and kind of declutter and see what sparks joy, see what we need to throw out, and see our necessities. But how often do we just sit down and really unravel what's going on up here? So Marie Kondo, you have sparked this video. So many of you, I'm sure, like myself, have a lot going on in your mind, have a lot of kind of things on your shoulder that weigh you down, that kind of enable you from getting other things done or focusing on what's positive, focusing on what's really important. And that really affects us and affects what we are doing in life. So I just kind of thought about this and I was like, how great would it be to just take the time to sit down and kind of do an exercise to allow your mind to just be free of all those thoughts. I want you guys to have an open mind with this and kind of just take a little bit of time out of your day, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, however long you have. It's worth a shot, right? So the first thing you're gonna do is obviously have an open mind, and because we have to clear your mind. You're gonna get 3 pieces of paper and obviously a pen, just like how the KonMari method is to take out items of the subject that you're doing, take all the items out of the cabinets, lay them out on the floor or on the table, and you're gonna pick up each item and you're gonna say, does this spark joy? If it doesn't spark joy, you get rid of it. But there are also some categories that are necessities, right? It's a lot easier to do it physically than it is to really kind of think about it in your mind and how can we physically take something out of our minds that keep popping up, right? This is kind of an exercise that is symbolic of what we should be doing. So 3 pieces of paper. On the first piece of paper, I want you to write a list, kind of like a grocery list in that way, not horizontal, but vertically, right? Vertically. Yeah, I always forget which one. So you're gonna write a whole entire list of every single thing that is weighing on your mind, weighing on your shoulders, fears that you have, insecurities that you have, things that have been running or making your mind race, the things that you no longer want to keep running through your head. Write all of them down. You can pause this if you want, or you can wait until the end. I want you to take a look at this piece of paper, and this is going to be the only time I want you to read this paper. I want you to go over every single thing that you wrote down, read it out loud, and just say, okay, I got it out. It's no longer running through my mind. I no longer have to complain about this. I no longer have to put my negativity on anyone else and go on and on about these things. I physically wrote it down on a piece of paper and it is now out of my head. I want you to now take that piece of paper and literally rip it up. I know. You may think this is just weird, but it is, I'm telling you, just give it a shot. And you're gonna throw out all those pieces into the trash, because this is symbolically and psychologically going to tell your mind that this is out of your head. I'm no longer allowing this to affect my mind, because you can't change the negative things in life, or the pain that goes on, or the sorrows, or the things that are just not positive. You can't always do anything about it. You're going to write a list, and this is going to be a list of necessities. So with physical items like your kitchenware, your dishwasher detergents, or your paper towels are not necessarily something that sparks joy in you, but it's kind of something you have to have, right? So there are things that go through your mind that are not necessarily bad or not necessarily joyful or make you happy, but they're things that you have to get done, and you can't push those out because that's being irresponsible. So these are going to be your necessities. You're going to write a list, a grocery list, and specifically more so things that you can actually get done in within this day today, within this week. Student loan thing you have to take care of. There's a phone call you have to make, someone you have to pick up later, a thank you card you have to write. You know, from the big things to the little tasks. Everything that's kind of on your mind that's a necessity right now. And beside each thing, you're just going to draw a little line as if you're going to be doing a checklist. The most important to the least important. Sometimes we can make lists. I do this sometimes, and I will write this just list because it makes me feel better that I got it out on paper, which helps me remember things, but I don't always check off the list by the end of the day. Like, I'll be like, oh, I left like 5 spaces. Like, what's the point of me making this list if I said to do it today? So you're going to write down the most important first that you have to get done to the least important, because if you start with the most important task first and you wake up, you start your day, like, I'm doing the most important thing first and the most annoying thing, because I know if I get this more intense task done with, I have one less large thing off my shoulders, and then I can move on to the next most important. Once those big important things are done, your mind feels so much lighter, and then you get to go into the smaller task. And then you can say to yourself, okay, if at the bottom list, the least important isn't done, at least the huge, really important things I need to are done. So if you look at life or your tasks in that way on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, you'll be able to check off so much more in such a short amount of time, and you'll have more time for the better things, the more positive things, the more things that spark joy and make you happy. And it's just such a better way of getting things done and decluttering your mind and laying everything out, getting it organized, right? So like a tip for me is on Sundays, I make Sundays the day where I get stuff done. Whether it's cleaning, I mean, I'm constantly like kind of just like straightening up and stuff, but Sundays I just make sure everything's taken care of. I have everything prepped. I do my shaving that day. I write out my lists for the week. I plan out my week. I do my to-do list. I write out my calendars. I paint my nails because I find that that's the day that I can just get it done and I have them done for the week. So that's the kind of stuff I write down my ideas and stuff in my journals, and I just get stuff done. So Sundays, or pick a day of the week that you can kind of just lay everything out. But for right now, just make your necessity list. And the third and last step of this is going to be a list. You're going to write what I am thankful for. And this is the spark joy aspect of it. So this one, to me, is the most important. Because if you do this and you truly start to think and dwell on these things, so much more positivity is going to come to your mind, and so much more positivity can come to your life. So you're going to make a list of every single thing that you're thankful for, that you're grateful for, that from the big to the small things. I mean, from the roof over your head to the cup of coffee you just drank this morning, to your health, to your family's health, to owning a pair of socks, you know, like just anything that makes you happy or makes you grateful, or for the car that you have that maybe not in the best condition, but it still runs, it still gets you from point A to point B, right? So to start looking at things in a more positive way and to just write down every single thing that makes you thankful. Hopefully this list is longer than your fear list and your negative list. After you finish writing it down, I want you to keep that piece of paper somewhere where you can visually see it, whether it's on your refrigerator or in your journal or on your desk, just somewhere where you can say, okay, this is what I'm thankful for. And every morning when you wake up, just look at that list, or just think in your mind of what you're thankful for, what you're positive on, what you're going to dwell on, because these are the things that you need to start looking towards. Like, you may not be having a good day, you may not be having a good week, you may have some issues going on that you just have no control over. But instead of dwelling on that subject or on that thing that is weighing you down, focus on what you're thankful for. Focus on the positives, because if you dwell on the positives, then I'm not allowing this to affect me. These negative things are not going to make me a negative person. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm going to focus more on what's good in my life. The positive attitude you have snowballs in your whole entire life and the people that surround you. And if you have a more positive outlook on life, then you're going to affect the people around you, and that's so important. It's a tool that you can use to really just help set off your days and your weeks. By being thankful is the first way to moving forward in your life in a positive way, being a positive influence to other people, and bringing joy and peace and success to your life. Every so often, if you want to do this as a weekly thing or a daily thing, or just whenever you're starting to get negative or just so much is on your mind, kind of do this routine. You'll get in the habit of freeing what's in your mind and kind of physically putting it on paper and throwing it out, writing your to-do list, starting from most important to least important, knocking them out. Once you get in that kind of routine, you're going to be more susceptible to getting things done, being more on point, being sharper, you know what I mean? And then being thankful and writing these things down and saying them every morning or talking and thinking about them is going to just have such a powerful and amazing effect on you that can affect other people. So that is it, guys. Tell me what you think about this. Tell me if you like to see these kind of videos. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. I would love to hear whether or not this was helpful to you. I will have my other decluttering videos down below, which has to do with my bathroom and my kitchen, and some other kind of links to my social media, my blog, where I have Things All Women, where I talk about lifestyle and beauty, spiritual wellness, and relationships, and they're just kind of short blog posts on some kind of in-depth things that I think are really important for women. Please subscribe to this channel if you're not already, and I would love to hear from you. I would love to know if you're a new subscriber. Comment below, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Love you so much. Bye.